What if mastering money wasn't complicated, but actually simple? If you ever felt overwhelmed by budgeting, saving, or building wealth, Make Money Easy by Lewis Howes might just be the mindset shift you've been waiting for. In today's summary, Make Money Easy by Lewis Howes' Simple Steps to Financial Freedom and a Richer Life. We'll break down how to transform your relationship with money and finally live with clarity, purpose, and abundance. Just like the thumbnail says, Master Money, Live Free. Lewis shows that you don't need to be a financial genius to create financial freedom. You just need the right habits, mindset, and mission. This summary is brought to you by Detailed Book Summaries, where we turn best-selling books into easy, practical guides to help you grow smarter and live better. If this resonates with you, hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more summaries that empower your life, one book at a time. Chapter 1. The Truth About Money. It's easier than you think. Most of us have been taught that making money requires hard work, relentless effort, and a lot of struggle. Money doesn't grow on trees, we've heard time and time again, and you have to work harder than everyone else to succeed. But what if all of that is a myth? What if the truth is that making money is far easier than we've been led to believe? In this first chapter, the author lays the groundwork for shifting our mindset from thinking money is scarce and difficult to obtain to understanding that it's all about mindset and applying the right strategies. The first myth the author tackles is the belief that money requires hard, endless work. While hard work is undoubtedly important, the key to wealth isn't about working yourself to exhaustion. It's about being smart with your efforts and leveraging the right opportunities. The author invites readers to challenge the idea that money is something you need to fight for tirelessly. Instead, making money can be easy when you know the principles that drive financial success. At the heart of this mindset shift is the belief that money is abundant. Instead of seeing money as a limited resource, the author urges readers to see it as a tool that is available to everyone, no matter their background. This shift in perspective is the foundation of financial freedom, realizing that wealth is out there for anyone who knows how to attract it. Next, the author dives into the importance of simplicity. Many people complicate the process of earning money by assuming they need complex strategies, insider knowledge, or secret hacks. But in reality, the principles of financial success are often quite simple. Chapter 1 emphasizes that success doesn't come from overcomplicating things. It comes from understanding and applying a few core principles consistently over time. One of the most important lessons in this chapter is that money isn't hard to make. We've been conditioned to think it's difficult, but the author reveals that the truth is far more empowering. It's about smart choices and making the right moves at the right time. The real problem for most people is not a lack of opportunity, but a lack of understanding of how money works and how to position oneself to take advantage of the opportunities that are already available. The author encourages readers to break free from the cycle of financial struggle. Many people feel trapped in their jobs, working long hours for little payoff. They think they need to continue this grind in order to survive. However, the reality is different. Wealth isn't built through relentless effort. It's built through mindset and the consistent application of smart financial principles. If you believe money is easy to come by, you'll start to notice opportunities you never saw before. And once you do, it becomes easier to take action and build wealth. This chapter also introduces the idea of a prosperity mindset. Instead of focusing on scarcity, you focus on abundance. You stop believing that only a few people can succeed financially and start believing that wealth is available to everyone. This doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for money to fall into your lap. It means aligning yourself with the flow of money and setting yourself up to receive it. When you believe that money is abundant, you open yourself to new opportunities, ideas, and avenues for creating wealth. As we move through the chapter, the author introduces a concept of a simple, proven formula for creating wealth. It's not about doing more work or being smarter than everyone else. It's about following a few simple steps that have worked for others before. The path to wealth isn't about being an expert. It's about knowing the key principles that guide the flow of money and applying them consistently. Finally, the author emphasizes that the most successful people are those who take small, consistent actions. Wealth is not a one-time event or a quick lottery win. It's the result of steady, intentional actions over time. These actions don't need to be big or complicated, but they need to be intentional and aligned with your financial goals. Whether it's setting aside money every month, investing in simple opportunities, or starting a side business. It's the small, everyday decisions that add up to financial freedom. Chapter 1 concludes with a powerful call to action. You don't have to be an expert to start building wealth. All you need to do is start. By changing your mindset, simplify your approach to money, and taking consistent action, you can begin your journey toward financial freedom today. Wealth is not something that only happens to a select few. It's available to anyone who's willing to change their mindset and take action. And it all begins with you. This chapter sets the stage for everything that comes next in the book. In the upcoming chapters, we'll dive deeper into how to build a simple plan for financial freedom, how to automate your wealth-building efforts, and how to make the process of creating money even easier. But for now, remember, the truth about money is simple. It's easier than you think. Chapter 2, The Wealth Mindset, How to Rewire Your Thinking for Financial Success. In this chapter, the author takes a deep dive into one of the most powerful tools for achieving financial freedom, your mindset. It's easy to think that success comes from knowing the right people or having the perfect skills. But the truth is, your mindset plays a pivotal role in shaping your financial outcomes. If you want to create real, lasting wealth, you need to start by rewiring your thinking. In this chapter, we explore how your beliefs, thoughts, and attitudes about money are influencing your ability to succeed financially. The author begins by introducing the idea of a wealth mindset, a way of thinking that aligns with prosperity, abundance, and success. This mindset isn't about ignoring challenges or pretending that money isn't a concern. It's about seeing wealth as something you attract into your life through your thoughts, actions, and decisions. When you adopt a wealth mindset, you're no longer focused on what you don't have, but instead, you're focused on opportunities, growth, and creating value in the world. The first step in rewiring your thinking is understanding that your beliefs about money are learned. From childhood, we're often taught to view money as something hard to come by, something that requires sacrifices, and something that's only available to a lucky few. These limiting beliefs are deeply ingrained in our subconscious, and they can have a huge impact on how we approach money in our adult lives. In this chapter, the author encourages readers to question their money beliefs and identify which ones may be holding them back. A key concept introduced here is the idea that your financial reality reflects your mindset. If you believe that money is scarce or difficult to earn, you'll find it hard to break free from financial struggles. On the other hand, if you see money as an abundant resource that flows easily, you'll begin to notice opportunities you might have previously overlooked. This chapter focuses on the importance of rewriting your financial script by identifying and replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones. For example, instead of thinking, "I'll never be rich," you can start thinking, "I'm always finding new opportunities to grow my wealth." The author stresses that the wealth mindset isn't about blindly hoping for the best or wishing for money to fall into your lap. It's about actively looking for opportunities, educating yourself, and taking calculated risks. The wealthy don't just sit back, they take action. But the key difference is that they take action with the belief that their efforts will pay off. This shift in thinking is what separates successful individuals from those who struggle financially. A powerful exercise introduced in this chapter is affirmations and visualizations. These tools help you retrain your subconscious mind and reinforce your new, wealth-oriented beliefs. By consistently repeating positive affirmations and visualizing your financial success, you begin to attract more abundance into your life. The author provides practical examples of affirmations such as, "I am worthy of wealth," "I attract profitable opportunities," and "money flows to me effortlessly." These affirmations, combined with vivid visualizations of your goals, help you internalize the belief that financial success is not only possible but inevitable. Next, the author explores how the wealthy think differently when it comes to challenges and setbacks. While most people see obstacles as reasons to give up, successful individuals view challenges as learning experiences. They embrace failure as an opportunity for growth, seeing it not as a setback, but as a stepping stone on the path to success. This chapter encourages readers to shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, a way of thinking that believes skills, talents, and abilities can be developed through effort and learning. Another key principle discussed is the power of gratitude. The author highlights that successful individuals are often grateful for what they have, rather than focusing on what they don't have. Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance and helps you attract more of the good things in life, including wealth. By practicing daily gratitude, you train your mind to recognize opportunities and abundance, which in turn helps you create more of it. The author also talks about the importance of eliminating negativity from your life. Negative influences, whether from people, the media, or your own inner dialogue, can sabotage your financial success. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity or thinking negative thoughts about money, it's nearly impossible to develop the wealth mindset needed to succeed. The author encourages readers to cut out negative influences and instead surround themselves with positivity, inspiring stories, and successful people who share the same financial goals. To reinforce the importance of a wealth mindset, the author shares stories of individuals who transformed their financial lives simply by changing the way they think about money. These real-world examples illustrate the power of mindset in creating financial success, and they serve as motivation for readers who might be struggling to make the shift themselves. At the close of Chapter 2, the author gives readers a call to action. Commit to rewiring your financial beliefs. The first step toward achieving financial freedom is transforming your thinking. If you want to make money easy, you have to first believe that it's possible for you. As you begin to change your mindset, you'll start to see your financial world transform as well. This chapter is a reminder that wealth starts with the way you think. The next step on this journey is about applying these principles, taking action, and making smart choices based on your new beliefs. By changing your mindset, you'll open yourself up to a world of financial opportunities that will help you create the life you've always dreamed of. Chapter 3: The Power of Passive Income, Building Wealth Without the Hustle. In this chapter, the author focuses on one of the most effective ways to achieve financial freedom: creating passive income. The traditional way of earning money often involves working for an hourly wage, trading your time for dollars. But passive income allows you to build wealth without constantly having to hustle. Instead, you create systems and investments that generate income on their own, often with minimal ongoing effort once they are set up. Passive income is a game changer for anyone looking to live a richer life. The author begins by introducing the concept of passive income, explaining that it's money earned with little to no direct involvement once the initial setup is complete. The analogy uses like planting a tree. At first, you invest time, effort, and money into it. But once the tree is established, it will continue to bear fruit year after year with minimal attention. Passive income streams can come from various sources, such as real estate, dividends from stocks, royalties from books or music, or creating digital products that sell on autopilot. The first part of this chapter emphasizes the importance of shifting from active income to passive income. Many people rely solely on active income, where you work for money, without considering the long-term benefits of passive income. While active income is necessary to cover day-to-day expenses, it's not scalable. The moment you stop working, the income stops. Passive income, on the other hand, allows you to earn money even when you're not actively working. This is crucial if you want to create true financial freedom. A key principle introduced in this chapter is that you don't need to be wealthy to start building passive income. It's a common misconception that only the rich can create passive income streams. The reality is, anyone can start with small investments or efforts and gradually build income-generating assets. The author emphasizes the importance of starting small and being consistent. Whether you're investing in stocks, creating an online course, or starting a side hustle, the most important thing is to begin. Once you get the ball rolling, your passive income will grow over time. Next, the author breaks down several popular passive income strategies. Real estate investments are one of the most common and lucrative ways to generate passive income. With real estate, you can earn rental income each month, and the property can appreciate in value over time. The key here is to buy properties in desirable locations, keep maintenance costs low, and leverage financing options to maximize your return on investment. Another way to earn passive income is by investing in dividend-paying stocks. These are stocks of companies that distribute a portion of their earnings to shareholders regularly. By building a portfolio of these stocks, you can earn steady dividends over time, often with minimal effort on your part. The internet has opened up countless opportunities for generating passive income. From selling ebooks and online courses to creating membership sites and affiliate marketing, Digital products are a powerful way to create income streams that work for you 24/7. While it takes time and effort to set up these systems, they can generate income long after the work is done. If you have a creative side, you can earn passive income through royalties. Whether it's writing a book, composing music, or licensing your photos or designs, royalties allow you to earn money whenever someone purchases your work. This is a particularly attractive option for those who enjoy creative pursuits and want to earn money passively from them. Peer-to-peer lending is another strategy where you lend money to individuals or businesses through online platforms that match lenders with borrowers. As a lender, you earn interest on the money you lend, creating a stream of passive income over time. The author stresses that the key to success with passive income is patience. Unlike active income, which provides immediate rewards, passive income often takes time to build. It may take several months or even years before your efforts start generating significant returns. However, once your passive income streams are established, they can provide long-term financial security and freedom. One of the most powerful aspects of passive income is that it allows you to leverage your time and money. By putting the work up front and investing wisely, you're essentially buying back your time. Instead of working harder to earn more money, you're creating systems that generate income on their own. This allows you to focus on other pursuits, whether that's growing your business, spending time with family, or simply enjoying life without the constant pressure of needing to work. The author also discusses the importance of reinvesting your passive income. While it might be tempting to spend your earnings, the smart move is to reinvest that income into new assets that can further grow your wealth. This could mean buying more rental properties, purchasing additional dividend-paying stocks, or creating more digital products to expand your business. Reinvesting your earnings accelerates your wealth-building process and moves you closer to achieving financial freedom. However, the author cautions readers not to get caught up in the idea of instant wealth. Building a sustainable passive income stream takes time, effort, and commitment. The key is to start small, stay consistent, and let your passive income grow over time. By doing this, you will create a more secure financial future, one where you don't have to rely solely on working for money. By the end of this chapter, the author challenges readers to take the first step toward building passive income. Whether it's investing in real estate, buying dividend stocks, or creating an online business, the most important thing is to get started. The sooner you begin, the sooner your passive income will start to grow, giving you the freedom to live life on your own terms. This chapter is a powerful reminder that, with the right mindset and strategies, anyone can start building wealth and creating financial freedom through passive income. Chapter 4. The Power of Mindset, Cultivating the Right Attitude for Wealth Creation. In this chapter, we dive into one of the most powerful tools for financial success, mindset. While strategies and tactics are important, the right mindset is what truly sets successful individuals apart from the rest. Without the right attitude, even the best strategies can fall flat. However, with a strong, growth-oriented mindset, you can not only achieve financial freedom but sustain it. The author begins by emphasizing how our thoughts shape our financial outcomes. The way we think about money, whether it's a tool for freedom or a source of stress, directly impacts how we interact with it. Many people view money as a scarce resource, leading them to act out of fear or scarcity. This mindset leads to poor decision-making, missed opportunities, and financial struggles. On the other hand, individuals with an abundance mindset see money as a tool for creating more opportunities and as a resource that can be continually expanded. The key here is to develop a mindset that embraces abundance, not scarcity. The chapter explores the power of belief in shaping reality. If you don't believe you deserve wealth, it will be much harder to accumulate it. You must first see yourself as someone capable of achieving financial success. The author provides a practical exercise. Write down your limiting beliefs about money, those thoughts that tell you it's too hard to get rich or that you're not worthy of financial freedom. Once you have these beliefs written down, challenge them. Are they truly true, or are they simply stories you've been telling yourself? The author then shifts to the idea of financial literacy. Many people hold limiting beliefs about money simply because they don't understand how it works. They don't realize that wealth can be created with the right knowledge and tools. This chapter stresses that financial education is not reserved for the elite or those with fancy degrees. It's available to anyone willing to put in the time and effort to learn. The more you learn about managing, investing, and growing money, the more opportunities you'll see. It's not about getting lucky. It's about being informed and making smart decisions based on knowledge. Next, the chapter tackles the concept of discipline. Financial freedom isn't about quick wins or one-time breakthroughs. It's about long-term consistency. A key part of building wealth is the ability to delay gratification. This means making sacrifices today to reap greater rewards tomorrow. The author challenges readers to think about their daily habits and spending patterns. Are you living beyond your means, or are you focused on long-term financial goals? The author introduces the idea of small, smart decisions, which are the little choices you make every day that add up over time. Whether it's saving a small percentage of your income or making a few smarter investments, every little bit counts. The concept of delayed gratification is revisited with an exploration of how it affects not only wealth building, but overall success in life. The richest people are often those who made wise choices early on and were willing to endure short-term sacrifices for long-term gain. This is true not only in finances, but in health, relationships, and personal growth. The author brings in a powerful analogy. The difference between people who achieve extraordinary wealth and those who don't is not necessarily intelligence or talent, but the ability to stick to a plan and stay disciplined. Furthermore, the chapter emphasizes the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people. Your mindset can be positively or negatively influenced by the people around you. If you're surrounded by people who have a scarcity mindset or who are focused on small, short-term gains, you may struggle to see the bigger picture. But when you associate with individuals who have a growth mindset, who believe in long-term success, and who support each other in their wealth-building journeys, you'll be more likely to stay motivated and keep progressing. The author also addresses the power of taking action. A positive mindset without action is like a car without an engine. You might have all the potential, but without the will to act, nothing will move forward. The chapter calls for readers to take action immediately. Even small steps forward, like setting up a budget or learning about an investment opportunity, can lead to major financial growth in the future. The key is to stop procrastinating and start doing. Overcoming inertia is often the hardest part, but once you get moving, things begin to flow more easily. This chapter also introduces the idea of setting clear financial goals. Successful wealth builders don't just work hard, they work with purpose. They have specific, measurable, and time-bound goals. These goals provide clarity and a sense of direction. Whether your goal is to buy a home, create a certain amount of passive income, or reach a particular savings milestone, setting clear financial targets is crucial for success. But the author stresses that it's important not just to set goals, but also to break them down into smaller, actionable steps. Large goals can seem overwhelming, but when you break them down into bite-sized pieces, they become much more achievable. Finally, the chapter concludes with a powerful concept: resilience. Building wealth is rarely a straight line to success. There will be setbacks, failures, and challenges along the way. The key is to remain resilient. When things don't go according to plan, it's essential to stay focused, learn from your mistakes, and continue moving forward. Resilience is what separates those who reach financial freedom from those who give up too soon. It's about staying persistent, even in the face of obstacles, and maintaining a positive mindset that allows you to keep going. By the end of the chapter, the author challenges you to reflect on your mindset. Are you someone who embraces abundance, believes in your ability to create wealth, and takes consistent action toward your financial goals? Or are you held back by limiting beliefs, fear of failure, or a lack of discipline? The author encourages you to start shifting your mindset today, because the right attitude is the foundation for everything else. With the right mindset, combined with strategic actions, financial freedom is within reach. Chapter 5, Building Wealth Through Smart Investments. In Chapter 5, we dive deeper into one of the most powerful tools for creating financial freedom: smart investing. While making money is important, it's not enough to simply earn. It's crucial to understand how to make that money work for you. The key is strategic investment, allocating your money into assets that generate returns, so your wealth multiplies over time. The chapter begins with the idea that many people fail to build wealth because they don't see investing as a necessity. The author urges readers to reframe their thinking. Making money is not enough. In fact, earning without investing can often lead to stagnant wealth, or worse, losing money over time due to inflation. Investing, on the other hand, is what turns savings into true wealth. It's how the wealthy build and preserve their fortunes. The sooner you start investing, the more time you give your money to grow. The first investment strategy the author recommends is to start with what you know. This involves investing in areas where you have some understanding or experience. Many people, especially beginners, are tempted to dive into complex or unfamiliar investment opportunities. However, these can be risky and often lead to failure. Instead, the author suggests starting with areas where you can build expertise and make informed decisions. This could be real estate, stocks, mutual funds, or even small businesses, whatever aligns with your interests, skills, and knowledge. By focusing on areas where you already have some understanding, you reduce the risk of making unwise decisions. But knowledge alone isn't enough. The chapter emphasizes the importance of continuous learning. Investing is a dynamic field. Markets evolve, new opportunities arise, and strategies change. To keep up, you must remain informed and proactive in your learning. The author encourages readers to dedicate time to reading, taking courses, attending seminars, or simply speaking with experts. The more you understand about investing, the better equipped you'll be to make decisions that align with your financial goals. Next, the chapter explores the concept of risk. Every investment carries some degree of risk, but understanding that risk and managing it is what separates successful investors from unsuccessful ones. The author explains that risk is often misunderstood. People tend to think of risk as something to be avoided at all costs, but the reality is that taking no risk is a risk in itself. Without taking some risk, your money won't grow. The key is to assess and manage risk carefully. This involves doing thorough research, diversifying your investments, and aligning them with your risk tolerance. The author introduces the idea of diversification as a key strategy for risk management. Instead of putting all your money into one investment, spreading it across different asset classes, stocks, bonds, real estate, businesses, etc., can reduce your exposure to any one failure. Diversification helps protect your wealth by ensuring that if one investment underperforms, others may offset the loss. This doesn't mean you should invest in everything. It means finding the right mix of assets that makes sense for your financial situation, goals, and risk tolerance. The next section of the chapter focuses on the importance of understanding the time horizon of your investments. The author breaks down the difference between short-term and long-term investing. Short-term investments are typically more volatile, offering potential for higher returns, but they also come with higher risk. Long-term investments, such as real estate or retirement accounts, tend to grow steadily over time, with less volatility. The chapter stresses that the longer your time horizon, the more risk you can afford to take on, because you have time to ride out the ups and downs of the market. However, short-term investments require a more active approach and constant monitoring. The chapter then explores one of the most powerful ways to accumulate wealth: compound interest. While many people know of compound interest in theory, the author emphasizes the true power of this concept by showing how it can turn even modest investments into substantial wealth over time. Compound interest is essentially the process of earning interest on your interest. The earlier you start investing, the more time your money has to grow exponentially. The author presents an example of how a small amount invested over several years can grow into a significant sum, illustrating the importance of starting early. A key point the chapter makes is that you don't need a massive fortune to start investing. Many people believe that only the wealthy can afford to invest, but this is simply not true. Even small amounts of money, when invested wisely, can accumulate into substantial wealth. The chapter encourages readers to start with whatever amount they can afford, whether it's $50, $100, or more, and to gradually increase their investment as their financial situation improves. It's not about the size of the investment, but the consistency and strategy behind it. The author also emphasizes the importance of understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. A major principle of wealth building is focusing on acquiring income-generating assets. These are things like real estate, dividend-paying stocks, or businesses that generate cash flow. Liabilities, on the other hand, are expenses that drain your resources, things like high-interest debt car loans or extravagant spending. The chapter explains that building wealth requires you focus on growing your asset base while minimizing liabilities. The more assets you have working for you, the more financial freedom you can achieve. The chapter then shifts to the importance of patience in investing. Building wealth through smart investments doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow, steady process that requires discipline, consistency, and the willingness to stay the course even when things get tough. The author provides examples of investors who achieved extraordinary wealth not by making quick, high-risk bets, but by sticking to their investment strategy over the long term. These stories highlight the power of compound growth and the benefits of staying patient and disciplined. The final part of the chapter encourages readers to take action. The author argues that the best way to learn about investing is to actually start. There's no substitute for hands-on experience. Whether you begin with a small amount in the stock market, purchase real estate, or invest in a business, the key is to get started. The chapter stresses that making mistakes along the way is inevitable, but they are also an essential part of the learning process. The most successful investors are those who are willing to take action, make mistakes, learn from them, and adjust their strategy accordingly. The chapter concludes with a call to action. It's time to take control of your financial future. With the right mindset, a solid understanding of investing, and a commitment to learning and growing, anyone can start building wealth through smart investments. It's not about luck or being born into wealth. It's about making informed, strategic decisions with your money. By starting early, managing risk, diversify your portfolio, and staying patient, you can create lasting wealth that will help you achieve financial freedom. In summary, Chapter 5 focuses on the power of smart investing as a key to wealth creation. Whether you're just starting or are an experienced investor, the principles outlined in this chapter will help you build a portfolio that generates long-term financial freedom. The key is to start now, learn continuously, and stay disciplined in your investment approach. Chapter 6. Automate, simplify, and systemize your money. Building financial freedom isn't just about making more money or choosing the perfect investment. It's about setting up your life so that your money takes care of itself. Chapter 6 is all about automation, simplification, and systems, three of the most powerful, underrated strategies in personal finance. The author starts with a simple truth. People don't fail with money because they're lazy. They fail because they rely too much on willpower. You may intend to save every month or mean to invest regularly, but life gets in the way. Emergencies happen. Emotions creep in. And that's why systems beat intentions. If something isn't automated, it's up for debate. And debates are where good habits go to die. So, how do you systemize your financial life? The chapter explains that automation is about creating default actions that happen with or without you. Your paycheck comes in, and immediately, a percentage is routed to your savings, your investments, your bills, your debt payments, without you having to lift a finger. This way, you're not relying on monthly motivation. You're relying on a system. And systems don't forget. Systems don't get emotional. They execute. Next, the author breaks down how to set up a basic financial automation flow. Think of it like a money funnel. Your income hits your main checking account. From there, automatic transfers send money to your emergency fund, your retirement account, your investment platform, and your spending account. Bills are set to autopay. Subscriptions, rent, utilities, all handled. What's left is your guilt-free spending money. If you spend every dime in your spending account, you're still on track because your savings and priorities were handled first. The author calls this paying yourself first on autopilot, and it works because it removes decision fatigue. You don't have to think about moving money every month. You don't have to fight the urge to overspend. It's already done for you. You just live on what's left after your goals are funded. Then the chapter talks about simplification. Many people overcomplicate their finances. They have too many accounts, too many credit cards, too many investments scattered across different platforms. It becomes overwhelming. And when something's overwhelming, you're less likely to stick with it. Simplification means cutting the clutter. Combine accounts. Cancel what you don't use. Consolidate your investments where possible. The more streamlined your financial setup is, the easier it is to maintain, and the more likely you are to stay consistent. This chapter encourages readers to take a weekend to review and clean up their entire financial structure. The fewer moving parts, the better. Then comes the power of systems. Systems aren't just automation, they're routines and rules you set for how money moves in your life. For example, every raise you get, 50% goes to investments. Every bonus gets split, half to fun, half to long-term savings. You create these rules in advance when you're thinking clearly, so that when money hits your account, you don't have to make impulsive decisions. You just follow the system. The author gives the example of a family that used a simple three-bucket system for every paycheck. 50% to essentials, 30% to future goals, 20% to fun. No spreadsheets, no overthinking, just consistent, repeatable action. Over time, this kind of system builds massive financial momentum with almost no stress. Another system the chapter introduces is the once-a-month money day. This is where you check all your balances, review your goals, look at your budget, and make any adjustments. That's it. Once a month. Not every day. Not obsessively. Just a quick check-in to make sure your system is still doing its job. It gives you peace of mind and keeps your finances aligned without becoming a burden. Chapter 6 wraps up with one of the most empowering ideas in the entire book. You don't have to be a money genius to win. You just have to create an environment where good decisions happen automatically and consistently. The best financial plan isn't the one with the most spreadsheets and perfect numbers. It's the one you can stick to. And when you automate, simplify, and systemize your money, you set yourself up to win by default. By the end of this chapter, it becomes clear that financial freedom isn't just a result of hustle or discipline. It's a product of smart systems that run quietly in the background. And once those systems are in place, the path to wealth gets a whole lot easier. Chapter 8, Your Money Mindset. How beliefs shape your financial destiny. Money is more emotional than logical. And in Chapter 8, the author dives deep into the real driver behind most financial decisions. Mindset. Because let's face it, how you think about money influences everything. What you earn, what you keep, what you fear, what you allow. And if you've ever found yourself making the same financial mistakes over and over, it's probably not about knowledge. It's about beliefs. The chapter starts with a simple but powerful idea. Most people are carrying money scripts they didn't even choose. Maybe you were raised in a home where money was always tight, or where it was seen as evil. Or maybe you were taught that rich people were greedy, or that asking for more was selfish. These beliefs get planted in childhood and quietly influence how you show up financially as an adult. The problem? You can't build lasting wealth while fighting your own subconscious programming. To fix this, the author encourages a personal audit. Ask yourself, what did you hear about money growing up? What did you see your parents do with money? How did they talk about it? Was it a source of freedom or stress? Were you rewarded for saving or told not to talk about finances at all? These questions aren't just reflection exercises. They're doorways to awareness. Once you see your old patterns, you can challenge them. You can start asking better questions like, what if money is just a tool? Or what if wanting more doesn't make me greedy? It just makes me ambitious? The chapter then shifts to the idea of financial identity. The author makes it clear. The results you see with money will never outgrow the identity you carry. If you believe you're bad with money, you'll sabotage your progress. If you see yourself as someone who always struggles financially, you'll find ways to prove that story right, even when you start doing well. So what's the solution? Upgrade your identity. This means choosing a new financial self-concept. Start saying, I'm someone who makes great money decisions. Or, I'm the kind of person who saves and invests effortlessly. You may not believe it yet, but behavior follows identity. The more you act in alignment with the new story, the more it becomes true. The author doesn't sugarcoat it. Rewiring your mindset isn't easy. It takes repetition. It takes catching yourself when old thoughts sneak in, but it's worth it, because a poor money mindset will sabotage even the best financial plan. And a strong mindset will find a way to thrive, even in tough circumstances. There's also a section on fear. Fear of investing. Fear of asking for more. Fear of making a mistake. Most people think fear is a sign to stop. But in this chapter, fear is rebranded. The author says fear is actually a sign that you're pushing against a boundary, that you're stretching, growing. And the goal isn't to eliminate fear. is to get comfortable taking action with it. Finally, the chapter ends with a truth bomb. If you want to make money easy, you have to think differently than the average person. You have to believe that wealth is possible for you. That abundance isn't reserved for those people, or lottery winners, or tech geniuses. It's available to anyone willing to rewrite their story, step into a new identity, and act accordingly. Mindset isn't fluff, it's the foundation. Without it, you'll keep spinning your wheels. But with the right beliefs in place, every step you take toward financial freedom becomes 10x more powerful. Chapter 9, Mastering the Art of Earning More. There comes a point in your financial journey where cutting back won't cut it. You've slashed subscriptions, skipped lattes, hunted for deals, but you're still not where you want to be. That's a moment when most people realize the truth. Earning more isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And this chapter is all about how to unlock that next level. The author makes a bold claim right out of the gate. There is no cap on how much you can earn, only on how much value you're providing and how creatively you're thinking. If you can solve bigger problems for more people in more leveraged ways, your income can grow beyond anything you once thought possible. But it starts with shedding the employee mindset. Most people are trained to trade time for money. 1 hour, one paycheck. One job, one salary. The trap is thinking that the only way to earn more is to work more hours. But if you want freedom, if you want wealth, you have to think in terms of value, not time. The author walks you through several pathways to increasing income, and none of them require a lottery ticket or magic credentials. First, get paid more where you are. That means negotiating better, asking for what you're worth, and backing it up with results. Most people wait years for a raise. The wealthy? They ask, they position, they leverage. If you've been delivering massive value and not asking for more, you're leaving money on the table. Then there's the side income strategy. Not just starting a hustle, but solving a real problem that people care about. The chapter makes it clear money follows solutions. Whether you're offering a service, creating digital products, or building an audience online, if you can help people get what they want faster, cheaper, or easier, you've got income potential. One powerful section digs into skill stacking. The idea is that most people aren't born with million-dollar talents. But if you combine a few average skills, like copywriting, basic marketing, and customer empathy, you suddenly become rare. Rare people get paid more. And the best part? All these skills are learnable. The author also hits on leverage, doing the work once and getting paid again and again. Passive income isn't a myth, but it's earned. You build an asset, a product, a brand, a system. Then you put it in front of the right audience, and it keeps working for you. That's the difference between working for money and having money work for you. Fear shows up in this chapter too. Fear of failure, fear of embarrassment, fear of looking greedy. But the author reminds you, those fears aren't dangerous. Staying broke is. Worrying what people think never paid the bills. Trying something new might be uncomfortable, but so is not being able to afford options in life. Toward the end of the chapter, there's a mindset shift that hits hard. Your income will rarely exceed your belief about what you deserve. If deep down you think you're only worth $40,000, you'll sabotage yourself at $70,000. If you believe wealthy people are unethical, you'll find ways to block wealth from coming to you. It's not just about what you do, it's about what you allow. And finally, the chapter encourages action over perfection. You don't need to have it all figured out. Just start. Launch messy. Pitch before you're ready. Learn by doing. Because motion builds momentum, and momentum builds income. The chapter ends with a reminder that making money easy doesn't mean effortless. It means aligned. When you focus your energy on growth, value, and service, money starts to show up in places it never has before. Not because you're chasing it, but because you become the kind of person it chases. Chapter 10, Automate and Accelerate. At some point, hustling harder hits a wall. There are only so many hours you can work, tasks you can handle, or emails you can answer before burnout kicks in. That's where systems come in. This chapter is all about creating automation, not just with tech, but with your life. So money keeps flowing whether you're grinding or off the grid. The author kicks things off by challenging the always busy badge of honor. Being swamped isn't a sign of success. It's a sign of poor design. Wealthy people don't just earn more. They design their days to earn while resting, thinking, or spending time with family. It's not about doing less work. It's about doing smarter work and building systems that keep going with or without you. There's a major shift here from being the engine to building the engine. The goal is to move from operator to owner, from technician to strategist. That means creating workflows that run with minimal input, whether that's automating bill payments, using tools to manage your side hustle, or hiring someone to handle repetitive tasks. Every automation buys you back time, your most valuable currency. Email filters, recurring calendar blocks, customer onboarding flows, even meal planning. These are all tiny systems that create space. And the more space you have, the more energy you can invest in creating new income streams, improving what works, or just breathing. But systems go beyond tech. The author dives into decision automation. That's the practice of eliminating mental clutter by deciding once. You don't need to rethink breakfast, your outfit, or your Monday morning priorities every single time. Simplicity frees bandwidth. Then there's financial automation. This part is pure gold. The book lays out how to route your income automatically to savings, investment accounts, debt payoff, and spending buckets before it even hits your checking account. It's a set it and forget it method that ensures you grow wealth without relying on willpower. Because let's be honest, when money sits idle, it usually vanishes. Delegation plays a major role here too. Not everything needs to be automated by a robot. Some things should just be outsourced. The chapter urges you to audit your life and ask, what's costing me more in time and energy than it would in dollars to delegate? Wealthy people buy back their time. They know spending $200 to free up 10 hours is a winning deal. One standout story in this chapter involves a solo entrepreneur who scaled her income by hiring a virtual assistant. Not after she was rich, but before. It was a leap of faith. She started by outsourcing her email, then scheduling, then customer service. Each step freed her up to work on higher value tasks, and her income multiplied within months. There's also a powerful section on building income systems, digital products, online funnels, affiliate partnerships. These aren't quick hacks, they're engines. You build once, then optimize. The goal is simple: more flow, less friction. Mindset reappears again, this time in the form of letting go. Control freaks struggle to scale. The author reminds you that trying to hold on to everything slows your growth. Letting go of perfectionism, of low-leverage tasks, of doing it all alone, isn't weakness. It's strategy. This chapter wraps with a challenge. Look at your calendar and your bank account and ask, what can I systemize today that will buy me peace, profit, or time tomorrow? That's the heart of automation, not laziness, but liberation. Because the goal isn't to work forever. The goal is to build a life that works for you. Chapter 11, The Psychology of Wealth. Money isn't just math, it's mindset. You can have all the spreadsheets and automation in the world. But if you're thinking about wealth as broken, your bank account will be too. That's the premise of this chapter. It digs deep into how our beliefs shape our financial behavior, and how rewiring your mind might be the most profitable move you ever make. The author opens with a simple but jarring truth. Most people are trained to think like consumers, not creators. We're taught to earn so we can spend. We're rarely taught how to earn so we can build. This cultural programming starts early and runs deep. You work hard, you reward yourself with stuff, and then you repeat. That cycle is seductive and toxic to long-term freedom. To break it, you need a shift. Instead of asking, what can I afford? Ask, what can I create? That one question flips everything. Suddenly, you're not just managing expenses, you're engineering income, and your attention shifts from deprivation to expansion. This chapter takes a microscope to the hidden beliefs we carry about money. Maybe you were raised hearing that rich people are greedy, or that money is the root of evil, or that you're just not good with finances. These scripts might sound harmless, but they quietly sabotage your efforts to grow. If deep down you believe you're not meant to be wealthy, you'll find ways to prove yourself right. The author calls these money anchors. And to pull them up, you need to confront them, journal them, challenge them, replace them. For example, instead of money is bad, you start saying money is a tool for freedom and impact. It's not about lying to yourself. It's about choosing a belief that actually moves you forward. This is where identity comes into play. If you don't see yourself as a builder, investor, or entrepreneur, you'll keep making decisions like a paycheck to paycheck worker, even if your income grows. The key isn't to fake it, it's to upgrade your self image with proof. Start by doing one small thing that someone with a wealth mindset would do. Save consistently. Invest monthly. Say no to a flashy purchase so you can buy an asset instead. Small wins compound into identity shifts. The author also explores the emotional side of money: fear, guilt, anxiety. Many of us hoard cash out of fear of losing it or spend impulsively to feel in control. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward mastery. The goal isn't to eliminate emotion, it's to stop letting it run the show. One standout insight in this chapter is the idea that wealth is about options, not just dollars. When your money grows, so do your choices. You can take risks, change careers, move cities, or walk away from bad deals. That's the real flex. Freedom, not Ferraris. This chapter ends with a mental reset. If you truly believe there was no limit to the value you could create in the world, how would you behave today? What risks would you take? What would you stop tolerating? That question is the gateway to real transformation. And that's the heart of the psychology of wealth. Not just having more, but becoming more. When your mind expands, your money follows. Chapter 12, Building Multiple Streams of Income. One income is a trap. That's the wake-up call in this chapter. No matter how secure your job seems or how loyal your clients feel, putting all your eggs in one basket is financial Russian roulette. Wealthy people know this. That's why they build multiple income streams. So when one slows down, another keeps flowing. This chapter isn't about hustling 24/7 or launching 10 side businesses tomorrow. It's about creating smart, scalable, and sustainable income layers that work with your lifestyle and strengths. The author breaks it down. There are three main types of income: active, semi-passive, and passive. Active is your job, consulting, or freelancing. You trade time for money. Semi-passive is something like a course or YouTube channel. You work up front and then earn over time. Passive? That's investments, royalties, real estate. Money that works even when you sleep. The key is to use your active income to build the others. Don't blow your paycheck. Build leverage with it. Maybe that means buying a rental property, funding an e-commerce product, or learning how to write high-converting email copy so you can sell a digital product later. The point is, use what you earn now to plant seeds that grow money without you constantly watering them. A major theme in this chapter is the power of skill stacking. You don't need to be a genius in one thing. You need to be useful in several. Learn how to write persuasively, how to sell, how to edit video, how to market. Stack these skills, and suddenly you have the power to create new income sources at will. That's not hype, that's leverage. The author also gives examples of low-lift income streams that regular people use: renting out a spare room, starting a Substack, running paid workshops, monetizing a podcast, investing in dividend stocks. It's not about hitting six figures on each stream. It's about stacking a few that each bring in $500 to $2,000 a month. That adds up and creates true financial stability. Another gem in this chapter is this: every income stream you build should buy you time, not take it. If your side hustle feels like a second full-time job, you're just building another trap. Instead, focus on assets that compound, systems that run while you rest. That's where the magic happens. The author also warns against shiny object syndrome. Don't chase trends or copy what others are doing just because it's hot on social media. Instead, build streams aligned with your interests, talents, and long-term goals. The more authentic your approach, the more likely you'll stick with it and profit from it. This chapter closes with a challenge. List 5 income stream ideas you could realistically build in the next 12 months. Rank them by time required, skills needed, and potential profit. Then commit to one. Just one. Because one stream started and finished beats 10 ideas never acted on. Multiple streams of income aren't just about security. They're about sovereignty. They give you the power to say no, to walk away, to design your life instead of surviving it. That's real freedom. And it's closer than you think. And that's a wrap on Make Money Easy by Lewis Howes. A powerful reminder that financial freedom isn't about making millions overnight, but about mastering simple habits, shifting your money mindset, and aligning your wealth with your purpose. If you remember one thing from today's summary, let it be this: master money, live free, because when you take control of your finances, you take control of your future. This has been another powerful breakdown from Detailed Book Summaries. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, comment with your biggest takeaway, and subscribe so you never miss another life-changing book summary. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and keep building the life you deserve.